We're talking pigment and pigmentation and hyperpigmentation, all as it manifests as a result of stress and the stress response. And in this way, even though we've been talking about pigment and pigmentation and melasma, it's important to recognize that it's not just a superficial issue. It's not just a cosmetic issue. This is true about all skin conditions. I don't know, or at least 99.9%. Occasionally you'll get a topical skin condition, a topical rash. But for the most part, skin conditions are internal. We're not led to believe this. We're not taught this. This is why we have dermatology. Dermatology is the science of ignoring the internal basis of skin manifestations. That's what dermatology is about. It's about ignoring the internal state that's related to eczema, psoriasis, acne, rosacea, and hyperpigmentation. That's why you don't need a dermatologist. That's why dermatologists can't do anything. Dermatologists work on the outside, but the problem is the inside. And nothing exemplifies this link between the inside of the body and the outside of the body more than dark spots, hyperpigmentation, and melasma. Melasma tends to occur mostly in women, indicating an estrogen component. Melasma is linked to Addison's disease, which is an adrenal disease. It's linked to pregnancy. It's linked to menopause. It's linked to thyroid issues. More recently, scientists have discovered that melasma skin that's dark or hyperpigmented, darkened inappropriately, hyperpigmented, skin that has these hyperpigmentation spots tends to have more blood vessels and more numerous blood vessels and bigger blood vessels than non-melasma skin, again, indicating an internal condition. The most important element, however, when it comes to hyperpigmentation is the stress response, which is managed by the adrenal glands, which in addition to making stress hormones are also making our hormones of youth and vitality. This is so important because if you are cranking out cortisol out of your adrenal glands aren't making your youth and vitality and fertility hormones. So if you're aging rapidly, if you don't feel as vital as you should be, if you're not fertile and infertility affects millions and millions and millions of Americans, you can rest assured that there is a stress or adrenal component. Because all of our stress hormones come from cholesterol, the odds are pretty good that you're going to have higher cholesterol levels if you're under a lot of stress. Melanin pigment is not only stimulated by stress chemicals, it's actually derived from chemicals that are also associated with the stress response. So not only do you get an increase in the production of melanin when you're under stress, but melanin itself is derived from tyrosine and serotonin and adrenaline. There's a very important link between these neurochemicals, these brain chemicals of stress, and pigmentation. Melanin, pigment, is very electromagnetic. This is why it's found in the brain as well as in the skin. The skin and the brain are the two most electrical systems in the body. So it's no coincidence that you've got an electrical element like melanin found in the brain and found in the skin. If you've had a condition or if you've heard of a condition called vitiligo, vitiligo is an autoimmune disease that affects the cells that make melanin, that make pigment. And so you end up with these white patches on your skin. It's called vitiligo. Michael Jackson disease. Michael Jackson had vitiligo. He had these white patches all over his skin. Well, you know what? There's a brain version of vitiligo. It's called Parkinson's disease. Yes, Parkinson's disease is a melanin disease. And some people even believe today that Parkinson's disease may involve autoimmunity. Whether it involves autoimmunity or not, the fact is that Parkinson's disease and vitiligo are in many ways similar illnesses. Vitiligo is Parkinson's disease of the skin. Parkinson's disease is vitiligo of the brain. They're both melanin diseases. Melanin is found pigment. When I say melanin, I mean pigment. Melanin pigment is found throughout nature, in plants, in bodies of water, in lakes and in streams. Melanin has an ability to trap energy. Melanin is like a little battery. It's an electromagnetic system. Scientists call it a bioelectrical polymer, meaning it's a long chain molecule that conducts electricity. They're actually studying this property, this bioelectrical property, for use in computer chips and semiconductors, and perhaps even for interfacing electronics with biology. According to Professor Paul Meredith and Associate Professor Ben Powell at the University of Queensland, they're studying this biological nature of melanin. They say semiconductors are the most important modern high-tech material, and even though semiconductors are made from inorganic elements these days, like silicon or gallium, according to these scientists, melanin has a lot of potential to become a semiconductor, an organic semiconductor. It's bioelectrical. This brave new world of bioelectronics is already giving rise to prosthetic limbs that respond to our brain and respond to our thoughts. They're experimenting with using prosthetic limbs for veterans who come back from the Iraq War with amputated limbs. They're experimenting with using prosthetics that respond to their brain and respond to their thoughts. This is the next stage in evolution. Some people call it transhumanism, and it may be that melanin has a major role to play in linking biology with electronics via its bioelectrical nature. So melanin is a lot more than pigment, All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
Ah. When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAhHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Do you owe the IRS money? Do you have years of unfiled returns? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. If you are losing sleep over your IRS tax problem, there is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call 800-643-4661 for your free and confidential analysis on ending your tax nightmare. We can help get your life back on track and give you the fresh start you deserve. Our A-plus BBB rated tax resolution team has over 125 years of combined experience to get you the best deal possible while stopping the IRS dead in their tracks. Call Signature Tax now at 800-643-4661. Call 800-643-4661. Again, that's 800-643-4661. 800-643-4661.
Just recently, we've witnessed some of the most catastrophic disasters in history. Be sure to prepare yourself with great-tasting, high-quality, GMO-free food that has a 25-year shelf life. Of course, we're talking about the foods from SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. And don't forget, the human body needs up to 3 quarts of water every day to remain healthy and hydrated. So check out our water bricks at SurvivalFoodAlliance.com. Go to SurvivalFoodAlliance.com or call 877-223-1776.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Okay, honey, I have to ask, and be honest here. Have you been taking a little blue pill? Because things have been pretty good in the bedroom lately.
No, I swear.
You didn't pick anything up at the Pharmacia last month in Cancun?
No.
Well, something's different.
I have been taking that heart and body extract you bought me.
But that's for your heart and to control your cholesterol.
Well, I read HB extract also promotes healthy prostate function.
I never guessed it would work this well,
But you're glad it did.
Oh, yeah.
Heart and Body Extract is a 100% organic formula that promotes a strong heart, healthy arterial flow, better circulation, improves erectile and prostate gland function, and provides youthful energy, strength, and stamina. Find out more at heartandbodyextract.com. Heart and Body Extract paired with healthy heart choices is a winning combination. Call toll-free to order or for free information. 1-866-295-5305. 1-866-295-5305.
The human body is more than 60% water. Your brain and muscles are 75% water. And your blood is 92% water. Water's vital to your body, and alkalizing your water is the key to keep it running at its best. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops keep your entire body healthy, boosts energy, promotes weight loss, and even fights cancer. Call 800-518-7615 or go to alkavision.com to find out more. That's alkavision.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Turn on the news and you'll hear stories of natural disasters, political unrest, and financial crisis. In times of uncertainty, how will you take care of your family's most basic needs? Food Insurance, America's most trusted provider of freeze-dried emergency food, has solutions that fit your family's needs and budget. Our meals are delicious, nutritious, and come with a guaranteed 25-year shelf life. For a limited time, we are sending a free freeze-dried meal to all listeners of this program. Go to foodinsurance.com and request your free meal today. That's foodinsurance.com.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com for the whole family.
Do you owe the IRS money? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. There is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call now for your free and confidential analysis. 800-481-3147. Again, that's 800-481-3147. 800-481-3147.
Have you ever felt like the United States government knows way too much about your financial affairs? I continue to hear stories about property seizures, frozen bank accounts, confiscation of stocks and bonds. It makes me wonder if the U.S. citizen will ever again have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with the Drug and Money Laundering Act, the IRS Revenue Ruling 6045 of 1984, and the Trading with the Enemy Act and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order of 1933, some precious metal holdings are subject to government intervention. For this reason, Midas Resources has prepared a report explaining the boundaries of trading precious metals privately. Whether if you have any intention of trading with Midas Resources or not, I have instructed my representatives to give this report out free. Call for your free copy at 1-800-686-2237. When investing, always proceed with caution. Again, call 1-800-686-2237. Exercise your legal right to trade metals privately. 1-800-686-2237.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99 and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
So we're talking pigmentation and melanin. Melanin is much more than just a coloration. It's much more than just a pigment that colors the skin and the eyes and the hair. Melanin is found inside the body. It's found in the brain. It's found throughout the body. All the organs of the body have melanin in it. Perhaps you've heard President Jimmy Carter has stage 4 melanoma in his liver and in his brain. So if anybody tells you that you stay out of the sun to protect yourself from melanoma, well, they just don't understand what melanoma really is. Melanoma is a melanocyte, a melanin cell issue. And it's true that you have most of your melanocytes, or a lot of melanocytes, on the skin, but you got them inside the body, and you can get melanoma inside the body, and you can get melanoma in areas that do not contact the sun. Does the sun trigger things? Well, yes, it's high energy. Anything that's high energy can potentially trigger cancers, but you don't want to look at cancer or melanoma as only a sun issue. It's a melanocyte issue, a pigment-making cell issue. Melanin is ridiculously important as a bioelectrical substance. Scientists are looking to using melanin to interface conventional electronics with biological systems. This is the brave new world of transhumanism that we're about to enter. If we have not already entered it, I suspect that when evolutionary changes happen, they happen way earlier than anybody notices them. And probably that's what's going to happen with transhumanism, or with the next stage in evolution. What do you guys think about that? The next stage in evolution. I know a lot of people are freaked out by this concept, but can we really stop evolution from occurring? I don't think so, especially now that we can manipulate our bodies so effectively. In the book Melanin, The Chemical Key to Black Greatness, a chemist named Carol Barnes raises an interesting hypothesis that drugs and pollutants alter the structure of melanin and may lead to various brain maladies, various skin maladies, skin cancers, and other dermatological conditions. I don't know if that's true or not, but the incontrovertible fact is melanin and bioelectricity and the stress response go hand in hand. Stress has been called the black plague of the 21st century. And I don't mean to diminish the significance of chronic elevations of stress levels as a cause of our problems, societal problems and biological problems, health problems. But I think that by concentrating on stress itself as the problem, we miss a much more significant issue, a much larger issue, and that is the stress response. Stress is actually not what we're talking about when we really say stress causes illnesses. What we're really talking about is strain. Stress and strain. Stress is the pressure that's put on a system, and strain is the system's response to that stressor, but to that pressure. So really what we're talking about is not a stress issue, we're talking about a strain issue, a stress response issue. And this is so important because it's how we handle stresses that leads to diseases or not. It's how we how we respond to stressors that leads to disease or not. What's supposed to happen under ideal conditions when we're laboring under some kind of stressful environment is that our emergency energy systems will kick in with turbo energy, while at the same time these emergency systems will initiate the secretion of building chemicals. So stress, under ideal conditions, stress is supposed to lead to building. Stress is supposed to make us stronger. Nietzsche said that in the 19th century. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's what he meant. Stress under ideal conditions is how we grow. Stress is not a bad thing. It's the strain that we've got to. It's the stress response or the strain that we've got to control. Next time a stressor appears in your life, understand that if we handle that stress correctly, we can use it to grow. We can use it to get bigger. We can use it to get better. So stress isn't necessarily the problem. It's the response to the stress that is the problem. So we've got several parts working here when it comes to this whole hyperpigmentation issue. We've got the adrenal glands. We've got the stress response. We've got the skin and the sex hormone connection, specifically estrogen. So The first thing to consider if you're dealing with hyperpigmentation is the stress response, which is managed by the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are your last firewall against attack. The adrenal glands are the body's third and last protective system after the intestines and the liver. So the intestine is actually the most important protective element, guardian of the blood, if you will, and that's because we eat. Eating is the most intrusive thing that we do to our bodies. It's the most offensive thing we do to our bodies. I'm not saying not to eat, but we got to be careful about eating. The intestines have evolved to protect us from food. Over the course of time, we talked about this many times in this program, over the course of the years and the decades, this intestinal system, this intestinal guardian breaks down. It's called leaky gut syndrome or intestinal permeability syndrome. And everybody has it to a certain degree. Just because we live in 21st century America, we're eating 21st century American food. We're eating food that doesn't have enzymes in it. We're eating food that doesn't have nutrients in it. We're not supplementing for the most part. Most people aren't anyway. There's no way we can't suffer from health crises under all of these conditions. Well, fortunately, we've got a secondary protective system after the intestine, and that's the liver. Food goes through the digestive tract, it goes into the intestines. Through the intestine, it goes into the blood, and then it goes into the liver. And then the liver is like a second protective guardian. Well, of course, we know that our livers are overloaded because of too much toxicity, because of we're eating the wrong foods, stuff is getting into the blood that shouldn't get into the blood, prescription drugs and illegal drugs, pollutants, all of these combine to put a stress on the liver. So then you're dealing with the third guardian, and that is the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are absolutely imperative to life. Autoimmune disease of the adrenal glands, Addison's disease, is one of the most significant of all autoimmune conditions. Luckily, it's rare. 1 in about 100,000 people have Addison's disease. John F. Kennedy famously had Addison's disease, and he was using topical steroids. If you ever look at pictures of JFK, President Kennedy, from like the 1940s and 1950s, he looks really skinny. And then when he was president, he kind of had sort of chunky cheeks, sort of got a little puffy. That's because he was taking prednisone. He was taking steroid drugs because he had Addison's disease. The adrenal glands play an important role in stimulating fire, cellular fire. It's called oxidation. So you're under stress, the adrenal glands kick in with cortisol, and cortisol causes a burning, increases the fiery nature of the body. And this has a good side and also has a bad side. We'll talk about that when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. We'll take a break and come back with more good health information and your phone calls right after this. From the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, a new team of researchers from Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Oregon has used melanin pigment as an ingredient in a cocktail that has led to the creation of a biodegradable battery. This is a paper published in December of 2013 in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, and the researchers describe how they actually created a battery from melanoma, and they're proposing that this may be something that you can stick in your body in the future to run various devices, if you will, or maybe even to run electrical systems like your heart that are breaking down. This is what scientists are working on. That's called transhumanism, I suppose. The ultimate goal is to create a battery component that is made from a material created naturally in the body. This is some amazing stuff, you guys. We are bioelectrical systems, and this bioelectrical nature is run by chemistry, and one of the most important of the chemicals in the body that run this bioelectrical nature is pigment, is our tanning stuff, melanin, the color. If you're wondering about folks who have more melanin, African Americans and Hispanics, well, it may be, and some people do believe this. In the book Melanin, the Chemical Key to Black Greatness, Carol Barnes actually believes that civilizations and cultures and races that have more melanin are more able to handle the stresses and specifically the electrical stresses, the solar stresses of life. And we know that melanin is an anti-sun or sun protective element, and according to Dr. Carol Barnes anyway, it turns out he believes that more melanin means a greater ability to handle being human. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but you can certainly make a case for it, I suppose, given the unbelievable power, electrical power, associated with melanin. All right, so the adrenal glands help us handle stress, and one of the ways they help us handle stress is by increasing cellular fire, by increasing the body's ability to burn sugar for energy. Problem with using the adrenal glands for energy is the adrenal glands are only supposed to kick in once in a while when we have an emergency. They're not supposed to kick in all the time. We've created a culture in 21st century America where we're all running on adrenal energy. Over the course of time, the adrenal glands can only handle so much, so we end up crashing. So we go through these ups and downs, these ups and downs of adrenal activation followed by adrenal fatigue. Can end up leaving us with a poor ability to respond to stress, subsequent crashing, hypoglycemia, frequent urination. These are all signs of adrenal fatigue or excess adrenal activity. Constant thirst, inability to manage our salt. By the way, salt is one of the best things. Plain old, not plain old, but Celtic sea salt or Himalayan salt is a great way to handle adrenal issues. The adrenal glands manage salt. This is why people feel better when they have salt, when they drink salt water. This is why we crave salt. One of the silliest, and there's a lot of silly things doctors tell us, but one of the silliest things is to not eat salt. You can't not eat salt anyway. Now, sodium chloride, Morton salt, is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about salt that has all your minerals. Of course, your Beyond Tangy Tangerine and all the mineral products from Longevity will also get you minerals too. You can use Celtic sea salt, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, whatever it is, for adrenal issues. Blood pressure issues can also follow adrenal health problems. In fact, there's a really interesting blood pressure problem that nobody ever calls a blood pressure problem called postural hypotension. It's where you change your posture and you get dizzy. Stand up real quickly, or you stand up from a laying position or a sitting down position, or if you're working out, maybe you may start to feel a little dizzy or woozy. That's a classic sign that your adrenal glands are burning out. We'll talk tomorrow about the adrenal glands and blood pressure. And we'll talk about the adrenal glands and blood clotting, and we'll talk about the adrenal glands and the skin as well tomorrow and in the coming days on the bright side. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit the phones. Let's go to Josh in Kansas. Welcome to the bright side, Josh. What's going on, man?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for the show today.
Sure.
I have been following along with you for some time and have gotten some good advice from you from some previous shows about herpes simplex virus.
Okay.
I'm a healthcare worker, and I've been exposed to so many things. I actually have been exposed to cytomegalovirus, and I've had Epstein-Barr in the past as well, so I kind of have the trifecta of human viruses. And because of that, I deal significantly with horrific oral lesions that seem to occur in moments of high stress. And I've kind of worked with your show to come up with a regimen of some things that I've tried to keep those at bay. I have added some high-dose vitamin C to my daily regimen. I'm taking about 3 grams of that a day.
When did you add that?
Oh, gosh, that's probably been just a couple months ago during this last horrific outbreak.
Are you doing it all at once, the 3 grams?
I'm splitting it up twice a day. I'm doing 1,500 in the morning and 1,500 in the evening.
Doesn't affect your belly at all? Crampy or
it
weird?
It doesn't. No cramping, no diarrhea.
Okay, good. So are you noticing any differences since you started taking the high-dose vitamin C? Which isn't high dose, but no?
Not much.
Okay. How old? You sound young.
I am 29. Okay,
well, you're too young for all this stuff. Something's going on. And you got to get to the bottom of it because it'll progress. It's not just going to stop. At the age of 29, these kinds of things shouldn't be happening. So what I would, you always if you've been listening to me, you probably know what I'm going to say. You always backtrack to what's getting into the body that's causing this burden. As a healthcare professional, you probably recognize the body is perfect. The body knows what to do. The body doesn't have any problems handling the vicissitudes, the ups and downs of life. If it does have a problem, it's overloaded. You follow me? It's being burdened somehow. Now, it doesn't sound like you're an IV drug user, so stuff isn't getting into your blood through your skin.
No, sir.
That means only one way, right? What's the main way things get into the blood? Through the digestive system. So with all the stuff you've got going on, the problems with the mouth, by the way, the skin cells and the cells in the mouth, they turn over more rapidly probably than any other cells in the body. So that's going to be the first place that you notice things is in the mouth. And if you're breaking out in the mouth, you got canker sores, or sometimes people get something called lichen planus in the mouth. And all of these health conditions are signs that something is getting into your blood that shouldn't be there, and that means food. or a leaky gut. So you got to backtrack to the digestive system, and because you're so young, I would tell you that this is something that you'd want to do right away. I wouldn't be messing around at this point. Can you fast for a couple of days?
I can.
Okay, fast for a couple of days, and then when you start eating again, start with your favorite foods and eat a lot of them. Okay, that's going to be kind of fun for you. So pick your favorite foods and eat a lot of them, watch what happens, and I can all but guarantee that you're going to notice that things that you love are causing digestive distress. You have to have, and if you don't know it, look for it, some kind of digestive health issue. All right, either loose stools or constipation or bloating or gas, something. You can't have all of these things going on, the cold sores and the poor response to stress and the problems in the mouth. You can't have all of these issues without having a digestive condition too. Does that make sense?
It does.
And then start focusing on digestive health supplements. Probiotics are a must-have. Get on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 in the morning, 3 at night. If you're not using digestive enzymes, start. In fact, I would be using enzymes on an empty stomach as well. I don't know if you heard us talk to Troy Opperlay last week about systemic enzymes, but because of the way we eat, we don't have enzymes. Vitamins themselves are coenzymes, but enzymes do the work. And because of the way we eat, we don't get enough enzymes. So you may be dealing with an enzyme deficiency as well. So make sure you're supplementing with the ultimate enzymes with meals and on an empty stomach, and make sure you're eating lots of live foods that contain enzymes. I'll tell you a couple more specific antiviral strategies for you, so don't go away, Josh. And hang tight if you're on hold. We'll get to you when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. Gonna go fast here. We got a full board of calls here. Josh in Kansas, cold sores and you're breaking out inside your mouth. What else did you say, Josh?
I ended up coming back positive for cytomegalovirus and Epstein-Barr
Cytomegalovirus.
Yeah,
right.
Horrible.
All of these,
and all of that.
None of these are things that should happen to a 29-year-old. You should be able to handle viruses and bacteria without too much trouble. Sounds to me like you're either missing nutrients or something's getting into your blood inappropriately. So first thing you always want to do is backtrack to the digestive system, fast, and then stabilize the digestive system with supplements, especially probiotics, good bacteria, fermented foods also, vegetable juices, and then also digestive enzymes, and using your digestive enzymes on an empty stomach. Now, it's great that you're doing the vitamin C. I would up the dose, personally, if it was me, and see how high you can go without getting into cramping or diarrhea or just uncomfortable digestive symptoms. And then you also want to make sure you're using selenium, probably 400 to 600 micrograms a day. Selenium is powerfully antiviral. It may be the most antiviral of all. With vitamin C, it may be the most antiviral of all the nutrients, certainly the most antiviral of all the minerals. Zinc is also crazy important for the immune system. Absolutely, it's a must-have. You probably heard me talking about zinc because it's incredibly, incredibly important, and most people are deficient. You have to supplement with zinc, 50 milligrams a day, 50 milligrams a day. Look for zinc picolinate. A couple other interesting nutrients that may help you with your immune system as well as with your skin. Vitamin E, super duper important, 400 international units a day at least. Use the mixed tocopherol form, and also might not hurt you to get some tocotrienols. And then vitamin A is also very important for the immune system and for the skin. I would be doing 20,000 IU of vitamin A a day. Make sure you use your vitamin A with fats and fatty foods. Same with the vitamin E, and same with the selenium for that matter. Both the selenium, zinc, vitamin E, vitamin A, they're handled by the fat processing system of the body, bile, etc. So make sure you're taking them with fatty foods. Probably wouldn't hurt you to throw in the EFAs. Actually, I would be doing the Healthy Start Pack. You get the EFAs, you'll get the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and then you also get your Osteomag. And then if you want to do a couple other things, try some lecithin granules with your meals. That'll help you process fats a little bit, and then you might want to toss in some apple cider vinegar as well. Let's see if there's anything else I want to tell you. Hopefully your blood sugar, you're keeping your blood sugar stable. When your blood sugar goes up, your immune system goes down. So keeping your blood sugar stable by eating more protein can be helpful. Whey protein in particular can help you with the immune system. It's got lots of great strategies there. Anything else you want to talk about, Josh?
No, sir. Thanks so much.
All right, buddy. God bless. Good luck, man. All right, Pam in California, thanks for holding for so long. What's going on?
Hi, I have 2 moles that are of concern to me.
Okay.
They are irregularly shaped.
Are they changing at all?
Not much, no.
Okay, that's what you're looking for. They keep your eyes on them. Where are they, by the way? Where in your body?
One is on my back, kind of just below the bra strap area, and the other is, and I want to call this my, I can't say it suddenly. The bones in the front of your neck.
Bone in front of your neck. Oh, I know what you're talking about here. I kind of feel it. All right, I get what you're talking about.
On the side of your neck.
Okay, but it's on the outside.
Your shoulder.
But it's where the sun hits. Is that what you're talking about? Like where you would get sun?
Yeah, I guess if you have on a T-shirt or something like that. It's also near where my bra strap comes over my shoulder.
Okay, here's the deal with moles, all right? Moles are a concentration of pigment-making cells, melanocytes. They're not a problem necessarily. Most people have them, or a lot of people have them, I should say. But what you want to look for is what dermatologists call ABCDE rule. Have you heard of this, the ABCDE rule?
No.
Okay, A for asymmetry. That means that's when the sides of the mole don't look the same. They're asymmetrical. Okay? Yeah. B is when the border is jagged on the mole. It's not a perfect circle. It's kind of jagged, a jagged. It's irregular, border irregularity they call it. C is the color. The color you want the color to be dark. If the color has different shades of dark, like purpley and then dark black and then lighter dark black, that's a problem. And then the diameter, D for diameter, and E for evolving shape. These are the things that you're looking for. If the symmetry changes, if it becomes irregular, if the color becomes non-uniform, if it gets bigger, or if it evolves in any kind of way, that's when you're going to have a problem, and that's what you got to be careful of. The mole itself is not necessarily a sign that you need to do anything, but if you have a sudden mole that all of a sudden appears, or if you have a mole that's constantly changing, that's a suspicious mole that you want to have looked at or extracted. Okay?
I see. Okay.
Now let me tell you a couple more things real quickly, and then we'll move on. You want to treat yourself the same way you would treat yourself if you had any health issue. Now, I'm not saying you have one, but you want to just treat yourself like you have one. That means work on your digestive system. That means stabilize your blood sugar. That means relax your body. I forgot to tell this to Josh. The third point on our triangle is stress and burden. So relaxing the body is extremely important if you want to protect yourself from cancer, and that's what we're talking about here. We don't want that mole to turn into a melanoma. So what you got to do is work on the digestive system to keep the burden, keep the body from being burdened, stabilize the blood sugar. Sugar will suppress the immune system and your body's ability to fight cancer, and then your body heals, fights cancer and other diseases when it's relaxed. So make sure you're practicing your deep breathing techniques and using all the relaxation strategies you can think of. Okay?
Okay. Thanks so much. I fast on Tuesdays, as I am today.
Awesome.
I drink, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine on Tuesdays, pretty much only, or
Good.
water.
Do you have any do you have any health challenges? Anything else going on?
No, not really.
Well, that's not a no. That's a not really. That's different.
Well, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have.
Well, I'm not saying this to pick on you, Pam. I'm not saying this to pick on you. I'm saying this, but I'm saying this is you want to find them. You want to look for health challenges, and that way you can kind of pick the rotting leaves off the tree. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you want to look. Yeah. Go ahead.
The only thing that I have periodic issues with is the constipation. So I make sure that I'm drinking water. I make sure that I'm I take the essential fatty acids, which
fiber
help my brain and thinking.
Do the flax seeds.
I try to eat. I
grind up flax seeds
in the morning. Okay.
That's one of the best treatments for constipation or to keep yourself regular is grinding up flax seeds, putting it in water, and just drinking it. If you like if you want to make a little more palatable, use. I find it delicious, flaxseed and water. But if you want to make it even more delicious, put some coconut milk in there. Coconut milk, flaxseed, and water, super delicious, great for keeping yourself regular. It'll cost you like pennies to do a cup of flaxseed and coconut water. It's a great way to keep yourself.
Any color of the flaxseed?
Golden flax seeds. Golden. Always go golden. More nutrition in the golden. All right, I got to move on. Thank you, Pam. God bless.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Okay, we got another Pam in California. What's going on, Pam? Pam,
Hi,
too?
I'm Pam in California. And
okay.
And when I heard the other woman come on, I thought...
Oh, you started talking, right?
I started talking, yeah. It's very odd that two Pams from California. But anyway, let me hurry really quick.
Okay.
I don't have a health issue, but what I wanted to call was make a recommendation for a guest.
Okay.
And you may know about him. I heard him on public TV here in California. And his name is Dr. Mitchell Yass, Y-A-S-S.
Okay.
He is he's got a doctorate in physical therapy. He's been doing this for 20 years.
Okay.
He has worked on over 14,000 people and has found that 90% of the people, who have surgery for back problems, hip problems, joint problems, knee problems, have been misdiagnosed. That usually, if something shows up in an MRI, such as a little tear or arthritis or whatever, he said they're right away rushed into surgery. And he said most of the time, all of this is muscular imbalance. And he has a do-it-yourself home program. I got his videos. I got his book. He's got several books.
What's the name? Okay. What are some of his books?
Well,
Oh, he's the tapping guy. Is he the tapping guy?
No.
No?
He has, and his one is that muscle strength is not always the most important. It's muscular balance. For example,
he's right.
If your quads are stronger than your hamstrings,
that's not good.
You're going to get knee problems.
That's exactly right. I experienced that myself. I was working out my quads big time when I was a kid, and I ended up with some serious... You're absolutely right. So Mitchell Yass, Y-A-A-S.
Y-A-S-S.
Oh, Y-A-S-S, okay.
He's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll look into that. I love that idea.
Oh, yeah.
About muscle balance.
Do it yourself. He says you don't need to go to all these doctors.
I love it. He sounds like he's perfect for the bright side. You don't need doctors. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Pam in California, and I apologize if we left John Holden. And Pam is right. And Mitchell Yass is right. And anybody who says we don't need doctors is right. If you have an emergency, that's one thing. But to be medicalized for lifestyle, diseases of civilization, how we eat, how we breathe, how we relax, blood sugar issues, it doesn't work. And the proof of the fact that it doesn't work is we got all these doctors and we're sicker than we ever were before. It's simple. Health is simple because the body is a divinely mandated healing system. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, awesome, spectacular day.
Experts are predicting that food prices will surge this year due to the severe drought in California. 30dayfoodsupply.com has pre-purchased a large supply of ingredients so we can continue to sell our 30-day food supply for only $99, and there's no limit to the number of boxes you can purchase. Our vegetarian meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and they're packed with oxygen absorbers in Mylar bags. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then pass the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184, and remember, only $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184. 800-700-2184 for 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. Remember, if you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.